Check out these wings. They're not fried either. If you want to find out how to get some super smoky, crispy wings that taste like they're fried but actually weren't fried, then stick around. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This week I got for you guys some chicken wings that I put on the Yoder YS640. It got some good smokiness to them, but they taste like they're fried, but they actually weren't. And what I did was I put some baking powder on the wings, tossed them with some Old Bay, and then cranked it up to a high temperature and got them nice and crispy. So stick around and check it out. All right, so we got our big old pack of chicken wings. I'm just gonna take everything out and get it all sorted out. If you wanna use the party wings, that's totally fine. I think sometimes they're a little bit smaller. These are a good size portion. I'm just gonna dry them off, get them as dry as possible. Just like always, the drier the meat you're using is, the crispier the skin is gonna be. I'm just gonna set those off to the side. And then if you see the wing tips right here, you could leave these whole if you want. I'm just gonna chop the wing tips off, set them off to the side. A lot of people save them for stock. I never usually do. I'm just gonna throw them out. Yeah, just slice off the tip just like that. And then we're gonna split the drumette and the flat just down the middle. Super easy. And then I'm just gonna toss everything in a bowl, and then we're gonna get ready to season everything up. And so after realizing this method of cooking with the baking powder and how it gets the skin so crispy, it kind of opens up a lot of different possibilities as far as like if you want to, smoke and barbecue whole chickens, or if you want to do chicken quarters, you could smoke those at a low temperature, then crank the heat up like I did with these, and then you could always put barbecue sauce on or do it however you want. But yeah, I'm using some black pepper to start out, and like you saw, I have the Old Bay seasoning. We're just gonna get a good amount of pepper on there. Then I'm gonna do some kosher salt and just kind of, get a light coating over it. I don't want to do too much because there's a good amount of salt in the Old Bay. And so with the Old Bay seasoning, I'm gonna use about a tablespoon and a half. I don't want to overdo it just because I want to give the baking powder a chance to stick on there. I didn't use any binder or anything like that. There's enough moisture still on the skin that it would be fine. Make sure you use baking powder, not baking soda. Just a word of caution. So I got my Night Stalker gloves on. We're gonna get everything all mixed up. Make sure everything is all stuck on there as good as possible. And then I'm gonna get all these wings put on a baking sheet with like a cooling rack. If you're gonna put these in the oven, then you definitely wanna put these on a rack like this, but in the smoker, you probably don't need to. I just did it anyway. It's kind of overkill, but it just made it easier to kind of take them in and out of the smoker. So I got it cranked up to 250 on the smoker. I'm gonna leave those in there to start out for the first 30 minutes at 250. And I'm gonna let them cruise along like that. Then we're gonna come back out and give them a flip and check on them after about 30 minutes. But first I got a wing sauce. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. I got the juice of 1 lime. Then I'm using a cup of Louisiana hot sauce. You could do whatever kind of hot sauce you want. If you like Frank's Red Hot, that's totally fine. Then I got a tablespoon of chili powder. If you're gonna try to recreate this, I would do 2 teaspoons instead of 1 tablespoon just because it was a little much. It still came out all right, but it was just a little bit much. And then I got 2 tablespoons of some honey right here. Then after tasting it, going back, I added another tablespoon of honey just to give it a little more sweetness, kind of balance it out. And then I'm throwing in an extra teaspoon of butter, and that's it. Simple, easy sauce. All right, so it's been 30 minutes at 250 degrees. These little birdies are looking kind of pathetic still. They got a little bit of smoke on them. But what I'm gonna do is crank up the heat. We're gonna go up to 400 degrees, and I'm gonna check on them after 40 minutes. But you wanna, keep it between 40 minutes and an hour, and then they should be done after that. You're gonna see the skin crisp up, the fat's gonna render off, and they're gonna look nice. So there they are. You can see right here that they look like they got some texture on there. And I didn't take a temperature on these, but if you were, you're looking for 170 to 180. But check it out. Yeah, I just kind of went by the feel of how they look. You can always tell when they're done with wings. It's not too hard to figure out. And so obviously, if you're not gonna get the same texture as if you dredge these in flour and deep fried them. But if you just take a wing and stick it in some oil, this is pretty much, as close as you're gonna get. But I'm just gonna throw some sauce on, give it a little toss, add a little kick to these wings, and that's pretty much it.
If you told me these were fried wings, I totally believe you.
All right, guys, sorry for the hard sell on these fake fried wings, but I was pretty stoked. I was happy how they came out. You should give it a try. Once again, thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.